You know, I was struggling to figure out what I wanted my first words to be. I didn't really plan this far ahead, but I can say, without a doubt, welcome to my stream. Yee. Losers. That's all I wanted to say. Yeah. This might be considered my first time meeting you all, but I've actually met you all several times before, and I'm very familiar with most of you. You probably don't know why or how, but that'll get explained later, so don't really worry about it. Lynn? I sound like Lynn? I don't know. They sound like they'd be pretty cool though. Maybe not as cool as me, but I'd probably hang out with them or something. Debatable. How about you shut up? So I'm Syn Nova. I got a lot to talk about today. I have a little PowerPoint presentation prepared to introduce myself. You'll probably lose your minds. I'm kind of really cool, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm cool. I think most people have seen my full model design, but I'm gonna quickly show you. Ta-da! This is me just standing here. I have a lot of physics. Woo! And my bow in the back wiggles too. I'm very excited. You'll see the jiggle physics, don't worry. Don't you worry. Look at this masterpiece of a person right there. It's me, I'm the masterpiece, if you didn't get it. So this is my little PowerPoint presentation that I wanted to make to introduce myself. I had a photo shoot. Aurora, who you guys will meet later, she actually took this photo for me, but she's kind of clumsy and she dropped the camera, so the lens shattered, but I really like the effect that happened here, so I decided to include this. This is my favorite picture of me at the moment. It's okay though, I forgave her. I just had to work a little bit overtime to replace the lens. Here's this slide. I'm Syn Nova. You can just call me Syn. This is my story, and I'm gonna tell you it all now. So, I get paid minimum wage to ferry people from one universe to the next. That's how I'm kind of like in space, and I'm also an elf. If you can't figure that out by the ears, you might be stupid. So it's kind of cool. My job, like, it doesn't pay a lot, but it's really neat. You guys die a lot on Earth, and you might have died like 30 plus times by now, and you have no idea that you've died. Because my job keeps your consciousness going from like one timeline to the next. So if you die in timeline A, I just take you to timeline B. Even though your body's dead, you're like still alive basically. I kind of have to do this conversation a lot, and it gets really repetitive, and I also hate repeating myself all the time. So I guess what I'm gonna say is, now that I've introduced myself, don't you dare die again, because I don't want to have to introduce myself again. Does that make sense? It's really annoying. Absolutely the worst part of my job. Here's my little interjection. My birthday is December 31st. If you ask me what year it is, I'm not gonna be able to tell you. I don't even know how I came into existence. I don't think I even have parents. I think I raised myself. I know I'm at least half a millennium old or something like that. And I guess you could call me like a space elf or an entity. I don't really know. I would say elf and then just of space, of stars. You know, I feel like stars are pretty on theme. I have them in my hair, and on my chest, and on my back. As for the job, I want to say the official title is like a spirit wayfarer, but they also made a video game called that, and I didn't like that, so you could call me like a spirit wanderer, and I work at a stellar nursery. I'm gonna explain what a stellar nursery is, because I know the majority of you probably don't know, because you don't know anything about anything. My blood type is like A negative, because if it was like A positive, I think I'd be a more joyful person, but I'm not. And then my height is 164 centimeters or 5'4". My pronouns, she and her, should be simple and easy. My dreams and my goals. I literally just want to retire from this job one day. I want to make enough money so I can retire from this job one day. And then I can just sleep forever. I'm very tired. My job keeps me up 24/7. It kind of sucks. I'm like cool and like nonchalant. I'm like a trickster basically. And some people call me a meanie pants, but I actually think the people that say that are losers, so. I wouldn't really say a female Loki. Oh, okay, yeah, personality-wise, sure, let's go with that. Next slide, please. Barry, hit the next slide. God, I don't know where she went. This is kind of explaining what a stellar nursery is. Here's the Wikipedia definition, because I figured that would be the easiest for you humans to understand. So, a stellar nursery is an area of outer space with a dense nebula in which gas and dust are contracting, resulting in the formation of new stars. So this kind of goes back to what I was explaining earlier. When you die, your consciousness kind of just becomes this little ball of dust. And I collect that dust and I take it to my stellar nursery. And from there, I kind of like mold and take care of your consciousness and grow it until you become a big star. And then once you become a big little star, I take you to the new universe and release you. And you basically forget everything that happened, but you also don't realize that you died. And I'm constantly working. The job can get a little bit lonely, but the idea is I keep the humans chugging along and no one truly ever dies. In one timeline, to everyone else, you might die, but technically you're just moved to another one where you're also still alive. So yeah, it gets a little bit confusing with all the time travel stuff. So other than confiding in like the little baby stars, because I do have to talk to you guys and be nice, and you have to grow up and be strong so I can move your consciousness to the next timeline, I have one person that I know that I can always turn to, and I'm going to introduce you to her. But before I do that, I want to show you some pictures of stellar nurseries because they're kind of magnificent. Bam! Look at all that gas and dust being collected right there. This is all the little dust and all of that being collected. Also right here, this is where little stars are being formed, aka where your consciousnesses are going. Here's another picture. This one's actually really well known to you humans. Anyway, this is also one of my favorite nurseries. It's like a little eyeball, and I drew a little arrow even though I didn't know that my little mouse pointer thing would appear. But yeah, basically what I'm saying is when you die, I just go in something like this and then I just put you a little dust speck right here, and then I tend to you, and I have someone that helps me keep track of all of the growth data and feeding times and stuff like that. And eventually you just get bigger and bigger until you're too big for the nursery and I gotta kick you out. Can we submit a request form to see how many timelines we've been shuffled between, for insurance purposes, of course? I like the way you think. I would say otherworldly. We don't necessarily get involved with money and insurance, although I know I do get paid minimum wage. I don't really have to worry about that. I just let you guys worry about that. But we do have someone that keeps the records of everything that happens, and that someone would be my partner in crime, Aurora Berry. Whee! We had a photo shoot, by the way. This is before she broke the camera that I showed you and told you about earlier. So I just wanted to quickly introduce her. Her pronouns are she and her. She has dreams and goals, but I made this PowerPoint and she does what I say. So her dream and goal is just to be the best secretary ever. I think she might have told me it was something different once upon a time, but she works for me and she's my best friend, so she kind of has to do what I say. This is her personality. So she is always relatively positive, basically. And she kind of like adores me, which is great because I'm like perfect. But as I said, she's like my partner in crime. And I would also say she's more of like the worrywart side of things. I'll go head first into something, but she'll think about it and be a little bit more cautious, and that's okay. We love her for that. She's also getting like a little bit of a glow up. So this is like a little preview of what she's thinking about changing into. Whoop, bam. It's a very cute look. I like it a lot. I told her she should get a bow like me, so. And then, as I said, she's my secretary, so she kind of keeps track of all the numbers. So this is the number of souls that I have delivered to a new timeline, and basically the amount of souls that little dust specks that I've taken care of and grown. If you want to pronounce this number, you can. Barry can do it, but I can't, because I don't talk big numbers like that. So I just say 3.3 times 10 to the 49th power. There should be 49 numbers here, I think. I did not have her review this slide before this presentation, so I could be wrong, but I'm also never wrong, so even if I was wrong, she'd just fix it when I wasn't looking, so we're fine. And now we go to my next slide. This is just going to talk about my likes which is a lot. I like a lot of things, to be honest. Lunar moths, they're pretty cool. Lunar moths actually remind me of the little dust specks, like when I take care of souls and stuff. If you didn't know, lunar moths, after they hatch out of their cocoons, they have about 7 days to live, and then they die. They don't have a digestive system after they turn into a lunar moth, so they literally are just really pretty to look at, and then they die. And for some reason, when I take care of souls in the stellar nursery, you guys really remind me of lunar moths. You don't actually die at the end, but I do have to let you go, which is a little bit depressing to think about. I also like dust bunnies. I think they're a fun concept. You humans and your dust, it collects everywhere. It's like little fur balls under stuff, but bunnies are really cute too. Spicy food, also delicious. Sour candy, also delicious. Being bossy, also delicious. Full moons, I can like sunbathe in them or something like that. I don't know, they're just really calming to look at. Lionfish, also delicious. I know they're poisonous, but we don't talk about that. Being mischievous, I love coffee and energy drinks. Maybe not at the same time. Barry is always there to hit me up with one when it's morning time, and that's fantastic. Doodling, but like only exclusively in crayon, because I thought crayons they just smelled so good when I came to Earth, and I was like, whoa, I want to smell the paper. I did not eat them. I'm not that stupid. If you tried biting into a crayon, I worry about you. In fact, I'm pretty sure I had a few cases where someone bit into a crayon and choked on it. It was a while ago. I also like rollerblading. Rollerblades are pretty cool. I also like asking, or maybe not asking, telling Barry to do stuff for me, because I'm lazy. But she's great, and she gets paid for it, so I mean, it's okay, right? Oh, and dancing. I'm into dancing. I like EDM music the most, I think, out of everything. And now onto my dislikes. Boop. Here's things that I don't like, which is waking up early. My job basically keeps me up 24/7, and so you're like, Syn, how do you find time to sleep? Well, that's a funny question. I don't, but if I do get a time to sleep, I don't want to be woken up for it, but I almost always am. So the mornings suck. I'm not a morning person. I just want to sleep forever. That's why I have these eye bags under my eyes, if you can see them a little bit. I don't know. Yes, electronic dance music. Shut up. I said it right. I have been around longer than you. I know what it's called. I'm not big into horoscopes. It kind of stems back to the whole like taking care of stars thing. I got in a lot of arguments with, horoscopes and people that think they know everything and they don't. So that's where that comes from. I don't like humans that ask the same question over and over again. As I stated in the introduction, I am constantly working with you guys, and you guys ask a lot of questions for some reason, and I don't know why. And so I'm always answering the same thing over and over and over again. And I also really don't like running. Why would I run if I can just teleport? Like, it doesn't even make sense. I also don't like cars. They're really loud and really noisy. Also, why would I get in a car when I could just teleport? It doesn't make any sense. And then this part is kind of like a rivalry I've had going on for a while now. Angels and demons, we don't really get along because they want to take your souls when you die, but I'm like, no, they're coming with me. And we get in fights sometimes, like arguments. So I don't get along with angels or demons because like they're trying to take you away from me, and it's not cool because you're mine. I own you, little specks of dust. You're mine. Fairies are okay. Fairies don't really touch souls. I don't mind them. Fairies are like restricted to like Earth anyway, so it's not really a big deal. So just like you nerds, I like playing video games too. Here's a collection of my favorite video games. We have League of Legends, which I don't think is a surprise because my personality is literally the inspiration for Jhin from League of Legends. Specifically, Darkstar Guardian Jhin was literally based off of me. As I said earlier, you humans are like obsessed with me or something like that. I also like the Fire Emblem because I love the little weebs and the cute anime boys and girls. Like this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Oh my god, you can't see him. It's in this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. They're all great. I love them all. I like the stoic or like serious / kind of mean ones. They're great. They're kind of an inspiration for me. Yeah. I also like Animal Crossing. If you've never seen this Punchy before, I don't think you've lived because this is literally me as an Animal Crossing villager. He's a lazy cat and I love sleeping. So it was very fitting. And then we also have Stardew Valley / Story of Seasons or / any farming game, but I didn't have enough space to put it. I just think farming games are always really relaxing and like cute, and dating sims, and I just want to relax, but I can't because I'm always working and working. And it just keeps going on and 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 on. It just never ends. It's really annoying. These are some of my favorite normal computer games. And then here's some of my favorite VR games. If you don't know what VR stands for, it stands for virtual reality. And that's okay because I know some of you are like kind of behind with the times and technology. So I really like playing Beat Saber. I've actually played it before. Something about just like taking my anger out on cubes and slashing them in two just feels very empowering, especially when I have these like lightsabers. And then we have Synth Riders. I saw this girl play it once and I thought it looked really fun. So like I actually haven't played it yet myself, but I'm pretty sure I'll be a natural at it because I'm kind of like great at everything I do. Just from watching that girl, like I definitely know that I'm gonna be really good at it. And then we also have VR chat, but sometimes when I put on the little helmet to like go into the virtual reality world, I get like sick. I get like the head zoomies. I don't know what you want to call it. It doesn't feel that great, but I would like to try it more or again and give it like an honest attempt. The next thing I have is just going to explain that I like dancing, and I think you'll get that. All right, let's go.
I heard Jesus did cocaine on a night out. Eyes wide open, dilated, but he's fine now. And if his father ever finds out, then he'd probably knock his lights out. Gets a little messy in heaven. Gets a little messy in heaven. Barefoot on the pavement, he was never complacent. Held his ground for the town and the statement. Leader never backs out of the arrangement. Speaks out to the whole crowd when he saves it. But he was the one that needed saving. Now he's low-key crushed on the inside. He gave his all and now he's breaking. You can see it in his eyes. I heard Jesus did cocaine on a night out. Eyes wide open, dilated, but he's fine now. And if his father ever finds out, then he probably knock his lights out. Gets a little messy in heaven. Gets a little messy in heaven. Staying out on the weekdays, weekends. No sleep for the
And that's kind of it.
Going out, getting lost in the deep end. White lines never dried, no tears.
I said I like dancing. Does Syn Nova play Just Dance? Yeah, I do. I don't like the Switch scoring. It's trash. Here's my last slide. This is my resume on why you should watch me. We start off with things I did by myself without your help. I passed Organic Chemistry 2 once, and that was kind of really hard. I got Twitch Partner all by myself with the help of no one ever before. And then I also did Your Mom without any help. That was quite easy. I raised myself, as I said, because I don't know anything about where I came from, or if I just spontaneously existed. I don't really know. I've been around for so long, nothing makes sense anymore. And I can literally grow and raise stars, so that's probably something you humans can't do. Losers. And I'm also really cool, so I'm like so much cooler than you, literally. And pretty much everyone else you know too, I'm cooler than them. So if you watch me, I guarantee my coolness will rub off on you and you'll see an increase in coolness of at least 5%. And then we have my skills right here. As I said, I hate running and I hate cars because I can just teleport everywhere. And I'm like 75% good at it. Sometimes I'm a little bit off of when I land. Sleeping, I probably should have put that at 100% to be honest, but I do enjoy sleeping, but I just don't get enough sleep. The eye bags are real. Making PowerPoints or making PowerPoint-S. I didn't realize that that probably breaks my 100% scoring and makes it like 99 now, but I am really good at making PowerPoints, as you can see right now as you're watching me. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Socializing, I think it's kind of a 50-50. I enjoy my alone time, and I spend a lot of my time alone with the little baby specks of dust and stars, but sometimes it's nice to actually talk to people, which is why I'm here right now streaming, because I guess it does get kind of lonely, unfortunately. This slide talks about my design. I feel like most of you have already seen this, but if you haven't already, this is how my outfit got designed. I'm going to butcher this human's name. It's Exquilia. I'm not bald in the back. Shut up. No, it's not true. I'm not bald. Look at the back of my head. There's hair there. I'm not bald, I swear. It got kind of expensive, you humans, and I get paid minimum wage, and I couldn't afford to have the back hair done, okay? Leave me alone. No, shut up. If you pick on me for my toupee, I'm gonna time you out. I have that power. Boop. This is me in 3D. So if it's not already obvious, I'm gonna be able to play like Beat Saber and Synth Riders and all those other VR stuff. So that's kind of exciting for me. But the person that took the design, the 2D design, and made it into 3D, they are Dynome B on Twitter. They definitely knew their stuff. They did a really good job. And yeah, that's what you're seeing right now. It made my ears wiggle and stuff. Before they were like really hard, but now they're not. Boop. And then we have my fan art. So I've actually been around for a really long time, if it's not obvious. And there's been quite a bit of fan art that has been produced already for me, because I'm fantabulous. I wanted to highlight those designs that people have done. So this is just kind of like a walk through memory lane, all right? Boop. This is a lot of fan art. And pretty much everything on here except for one thing, which is this GIF right here, was all made by Relatively Positive. It's a lot. You don't think there's more? There's gonna be more. Like, just you wait. So big shout out to Relatively for making all this wonderful fan art before I had like a final, outfit change. It was kind of like growing pains, I was stuck on that outfit for a really long time. This was when I went to Oktoberfest in Germany. We like celebrated that. Barry like signed us up to go. It was pretty crazy. I absolutely enjoyed it. I absolutely loved this side view profile shot, my boobies. And then you think that's it, but wait, there's more. So this was me and Barry around Christmas. And then these right here were done by Haharo. And then this one was also done by Relatively. I think I was playing Slime Rancher too. Great game, by the way. Big fan of it. Very cute. And then we have some big artwork. Like, bam, this one. Amazing portrait. And she got the moon in the background. Bam. This one, really cool. I like the sparkly effect that we got going on here. Sometimes Barry does things and it makes me mad, so I think that was the inspiration for this one. Oh, wait, I doodled that one. I got a little bit bored when I was making this PowerPoint. I don't know what else to say. Okay, anyway, next. This one as well. It's like I'm the lo-fi girl, but I'm Syn Nova, and I'm just writing down all the things that I hate about chat, so I'm the Syn-fi girl. Yeah. Okay, next. Some of my stuff made it into the real world too. Well, I shouldn't say stuff because I didn't make it, but some of the stuff Relatively made it into the real world. So her artwork, you could also purchase it as stickers right here. I also have a DDR pad and the panel on the middle is me, because I love me. And then you also have these two art pieces right here. See, I said I love rollerblading, and I wasn't lying. Thank you for doing that command. Yeah, if you do exclamation point Relatively, you can buy these stickers as well, or you could buy a mouse pad. I actually should have taken a picture of the mouse pad. I didn't. You can buy a mouse pad. She has a lot on there, so definitely check out Relatively's Redbubble shop. I guess if I put this on YouTube, I'll also link that down below. Next, here's some more. This was just on Halloween. We were having a lot of fun. As I said before, I might have a temper sometimes, so I get demanding. What can I say? She's still the best though. And then we also have some line art that Relatively did, and then you guys colored it in Discord, so I kind of just wanted to highlight some of the designs you guys came up with the fill-in Color Me In. This one was done by Meows. It was like a gothic Syn. This was by Haharo, which was a Jarvu cat inspired Syn. It's kind of cursed. And then FS did this one. Haharo also did this one. This is more in his style. Very nice with the highlighting and everything. JT2 legit did this one. And then FS did this one. That one is kind of cursed. We don't necessarily talk about it I'm gonna scoot myself over here. It's just my eye. This one was done by Taco. She's like I became like a chameleon, or I guess. And then I did this one. I colored it in with crayon because I love crayons. They smell really good. Oh, is this a picture of the mouse pad? Okay, wait, I'm gonna show this real fast. Yeah, here's the mouse pad I was talking about. So you could get the Syn background as a mouse pad if you're interested in that. It's actually pretty cool. Next slides. As I said, I've gone through a lot of growing pains, so I thought it would be really fun to recap how I looked a while ago. And we're just gonna start off with this. Oh God, I know it's really ugly. Just look away. So initially, I thought I would dye my hair white, but then I realized that was too expensive and that wasn't gonna work out. Then I thought I'd dye it green, and I did like the green, and in fact, you can see I kept it for a little bit too. I hadn't learned how to style my own pigtails here yet, so they were kind of like wonky looking. Then I ended up figuring it out after I watched a YouTube tutorial, and I actually kept that same hairstyle for the most part, except now like my bangs have changed a bit. I wanted to be a little bit different. I also changed clothes too. Here's a very old video of me actually. I also have a video like this. Ignore the lady in the background. I don't know who she is, but I think she was mimicking me. That's what she's doing, right? Yeah. This is me when I found out what cats were, if I'm gonna be honest. I was like, wow, this is so cool. I was like, Barry, I'm gonna be a cat. And yeah, this is how it turned out. It was not good. Barry was very scared of me. And then I kind of got into modeling for a little bit. So like, here's me. After I was like trying out a little outfit change, I got this little cloak thing. In fact, a lot of my early fan art is based off of this design or renditions of it. Eventually, I kind of shed the cloak away because I just wasn't a fan. So I had a necklace too, but I kind of scrapped that. And then this was the design that I had for quite a while actually. I think this was like the most recent, but it was kind of plain and boring and it wasn't what I wanted. Kind of looked like an Olympic swimmer or something. So I got bored of it. And that's why we had this like outfit change. But before I had the outfit change, summer came around and it was really freaking hot. So I ended up putting on an outfit like this. And then I had more photo shoots, but these are like my old outfits. And we had this one as well. This was up high in a really high tower somewhere on Earth. I can't tell you. If I told you, it'd become a tourist attraction, and I don't think the tower could support too many people checking it out. This one was kind of old too. I had like my hair done. I think it was like when I initially dyed my little hair flippy flappies. And then this is another slide just crediting the designs and everyone that I have used so far. It shows a little bit more of their examples. So again, the design that you're seeing, like the outfit design, was all done by Exquilia on Twitter, which is right there. And then the 3D modeling and textures, which is what I look like right now, was done by DynomeB on Twitter. Sorry. And then the fan art / artwork, mostly all of it that you saw was done by Relatively Posy or Aurora Berry on Twitter. I just put Aurora Berry here right now. Here's some more examples of Exquilia's work. I'm just putting this out there. They did a great job, and I don't know, they did a lot of renditions and changes if I didn't like stuff, so they know their stuff. That's what I'm getting at. And then here are some more examples of DynomeB's work as well. Very good, actually. Very happy. Also have my Twitter. This is my personal Twitter that I might use occasionally. It's called Notice Me Senpai. And then that's it. Any questions?